started the Republic Day speech, and my utmost humble request to all of you is to listen very carefully, because today we stand for the nation, and today is the auspicious and an important national day when we are celebrating the 75th anniversary of our Republic Day. Which one? Which year? 75th. And I extend to you all hearty congratulations and greetings, because you are here witnessing the 75th Republic Day. All the children and even the teachers here will hardly imagine the plight when we were not independent and ruled by an alien power, the mighty British Empire, where the sun never set. Anybody can tell me the meaning of sun never set? Before you raise your hand, I'll quickly tell. The empire was so huge that it extended to countries like Canada, Africa, India, Sri Lanka, Burma, Southeast Asia, Australia, and several other territories spread over the globe. It means, when the northern hemisphere is having winters, southern hemisphere has summers, and sun never used to set because it was so gigantic that one time it was day, the other it was night, so it was, every time it was day only in certain portions of the territory. That is why it was so gigantic. Although we became independent on 15th August 1947, it was only a dominion status, and our country gained republic status. On which year? In which year? 26 January 1950, and after that our constitution was framed. Republic Day is the day when our constitution is framed. That is why we celebrate both Independence Day and Republic Day. Independence awakened our country after a long lapse of suppression. Children, we were suppressed by the British Empire because everything we had to do as per them, and started a new chapter in the history of India by Republic Day, because our constitution was framed the day our rules and regulations by which the country had to be governed were formulated on 26 January 1950. Today I wish to recall and bring home to you with reverence and gratitude all the stalwarts who fought for the freedom of our country. You want to know about them? They sacrificed their lives, their luxurious lives, their comforts to fight for the nation. And most of them, they are devoted for the welfare of the country. Rightly called, the first person about whom I would like to tell is Mahatma Gandhi. He was known as the father of the nation. Very good. He set up a unique and unprecedented example for the first time in the history of mankind by attaining freedom without bloodshed. He did no violence, and he attained freedom through that. And what he did? He did non-cooperation, peace, and non-violence. That is how he did away with the mighty British Empire. And we also recall today India's first Prime Minister. Who was he? Come on, quickly tell me. Who was the first Indian Prime Minister? Yes. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Who could have spent a princely life? Come on, children, he was very educated. He could have led a very princely life with all the comforts and luxuries. He could have lived in castles and palaces, but he left them all, and he fought for India's freedom after independence. That is how we got our independence. Pandit Nehru successfully and fruitfully steered the ship of India's progress, development, and prosperity. And we also cannot forget one person who did the magic. Can anybody tell me? Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He was the first deputy prime minister who was an astute politician and a splendid organizer. Any leader who is there, he should be a splendid organizer. It was his wise policy and action which brought hundreds of princely states scattered all across India under the ambit of Indian Union. They all were ruled by different princes. He got them all together and he formed an Indian Union. That was the beauty of Sardar Vallabhbhai.